What's up, guys? Matty here, mixandmastermysong.com. Today I'm going to go over this really special plugin by Apogee called Clearmountain's Domain. Now, if you're a younger guy, you might not know who Bob Clearmountain is. He is basically the pioneer of mixing. The reason there is a mixing position in the world is because of Bob. When I was a little kid, there was this record called Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, and it had this snare drum, and every time I listened to the record, and this is way before I was even playing music or thought about engineering or any of that, I was like, wow, that snare drum sounds cool. And that was Bob being creative with mixing and really turning mixing into a creative process that was part of the record-making process. So big ups to Bob, and this is actually his first plugin, which is super special. So I wanted you guys to check it out. What we'll do is we'll go through how it works. It's fairly complicated for the novice and even a little complicated for myself, but it's a really cool plugin. We'll go through it, and then here's some examples. I'll show you how I've been using it in mixes for the last few weeks. Let's go. All right, guys, so here is the plugin, Clearmountain's Domain. As you see, it kind of opens up with like a scope kind of thing, and if I play it, you'll see it move. So it's pretty cool, and then you have a effects blend, which is either wet or dry, just like on any normal plugin, and then your input. So then you can see how it goes from input to two different chains and then meets at this mixer. So let's go through this chain, and then I'll show you kind of what this is on the way at the end. So first you can click on each one and it will take you to those sections, right? So the first step is input into the delay, DS or EQ. So you can DS the input of the reverb and the input of the delay. So basically this plugin is delays and reverb. It's two different chains. So here's the reverb DSEQ right here, and here's the delay DSEQ right here. So it's really cool. So right before you even hit your reverb or anything, you can go and EQ the input, which is super helpful for making creative effects, which is kind of where I've been using this thing. And as we get into examples, I'll show you how. Next is the delay section, and it's basically like a normal delay. Spin is what they call feedback in the UK. And it's what Bob's called it for years, so he called it spin. So, just know that's feedback. Don't get it confused. So you have that. You have your normal. You can have it on sync or tap. You can do tap tempo, or you can just turn it off and do manually. Manually change the delays. Then you have your basic core note, eighth note, all the different notes there. Feedbacks, aka spin here. And the other cool thing is you can offset the delay, which is kind of cool, especially when you're doing kind of stereo effects. It can really help separate the delay. And then here you have delay blur, which is, as they call it, something magical. And it actually is kind of like a saturation of the delay, which it was pretty cool. And then also, once again, you have EQ on both the left and right side. So it's really cool how they allow you to EQ each section, and to me it's just it's like having three different sends all in one plugin. So really cool concept the way that's set up. Next you have delay pitch, so you can actually pitch the delay, move it sense. They have it random, which is kind of fun to play with, semitones here, and then fixed, and then here is the reverb section. So you have three different reverbs basically. You have the Apogee studio, the Mix This Chambers studio, which is Bob's room, and then they have a couple different ones here that you can pick from as well. So you have three different reverbs, right? And then finally the mixer. We're going to come back to this, but finally the mixer, which is really, really cool. You can kind of blend if you want too much reverb, or if you want to turn this one off and turn this one off, or if you want to solo this one. So the way this plugin's set up is so sick to say that it's like I said, having like 5 different returns here where you can blend them just on one track. So going back to the pitch reverb, you'll notice that there's a direct and then the delay pitch. So the delay pitch is going through this. So that's the level for this one, right? And then this one is direct. So if you don't want any delay pitch reverb, you could actually just turn this one all the way down and turn this one up, and then it would just be the direct from the de-esser to the reverb to the mixer. So hopefully that makes sense. And once you play with this, if you get a demo, you'll kind of get the idea of how it all works. Now, let's hear some examples. I have it on this vocal, but we'll come back to this. First, let me just play it on the classic snare drum. So this was kind of exciting, and this is probably the worst snare drum to use it on because this is kind of a R&B record, but this is the Born in the USA snare, which, remember I said earlier, was like one of the first things I heard on a record where I was like, wow, how'd they do that? And so here's without it.
About it, yeah.
So pretty cool, right? So you can put it on snares and any other instruments. I myself have been using it on vocals the most. First, let me just show you some of the presets, and then I'll show you some of the things I've been doing with it. Clearmountain's domain. So here's our lead vocal, right?
Your ex ain't me, forget up.
All right, so here it is. And so you can pull up all kinds of different settings. They have wide vocal, and then just bring, if you're putting it right on the track, obviously you need to bring the dry wet. You can also use it as a send return. I like to kind of use it like this.
Your ex ain't me, forget about it. Yeah, don't even call my phone. If you got a girl at home, boy, leave me alone. Yeah, and I know you wanna see my body, but your ex.
So really cool, check this.
Your ex ain't me, forget about it. Yeah, don't even call my phone. If you got a girl at home, boy, leave me alone. Yeah.
So pretty cool sound there, right? And then you can go here. So this one, we're just using the reverb, right? So that's just the reverb. So we're not using any of the pitch or delay things. Let's find one where we're using some of that. So here we got everything. So let's pull our wet dry down to like 4.
Your ex ain't me, forget about it. Yeah, don't even call my phone. If you got a girl at home, boy, leave me alone. Yeah, and I know you wanna see my body, but your ex ain't me, forget about it.
So you see when I turned that up, it turned up the pitched reverb, right? But we could bring this down and have no reverb, but just delay, right?
Your ex ain't me, forget about it.
And then let's turn up just the reverb. So we're just having reverb from here with the delay, but it's a dry delay.
Your ex ain't me, forget about it. Yeah, don't even call my phone. If you got a girl at home, boy, leave me alone. Yeah, and I know you wanna see my body, but your ex ain't me, forget about it.
And then you can even add a pre-delay.
Your ex ain't me, forget about it. Yeah, don't even call my phone. If you got a girl at home.
So it's an amazing plugin where you can have all your effects in one plugin. Delays, pitches, reverbs, all that, and then mix them and not have to worry about 4 different sends. So super, super fun and intuitive to use. Now, one thing I do a lot is after I mix my song, I will commit the vocals or bounce the vocals depending on what program I'm in. And it will come up and I'll just bring it below the lead vocal. So this is just a copy of this with all the plugins on it, right? And that way I can go through it and do delay throws and creative effects just by selecting it and dragging it down to here. Now, if you notice on this duplicate track, I have the delay, right? So here's one of my settings. It's a delay start. And you can tell I EQ'd out the low end quite a bit. Got a 1/4 note delay on there and a little bit of the pitched reverb. And then I'm mixing it here, which is all basically the same. Now, right now it's all the way wet, but you can blend it too. So check it out. I'll play it with this lead vocal.
my body, but your ex ain't me, forget about it.
So you can, just go through and throw your delay sends, your sends on it. Your delay throws. So even if you want this little line here, right? Boop, drag it down.
If you got a girl at home, boy, leave me alone. Yeah. And
like on that one, you might change it to an eighth note delay, right?
If you got a girl at home, boy, leave me alone. Yeah. And I know you wanna see.
And then that's what I would do. If I wanted the eighth note one, I'd just duplicate this again, do an eighth note Clearmount, eighth note plugin, and then a quarter note plugin. So that's what I've been using it a bunch on, is doing cool creative effects like that. You can even use the effect starter.
Forget about it.
So that's kind of a phasey thing I created. And then a lot of times I'll just open it up and start tweaking and come up with something new for every single song. So amazing plugin. I was so at first I was like, oh, what is this? And then when I saw what it could do, I was like, I need to get my hands on that. So I got it, started playing with it, and I've been using it a lot for, just like what I showed you, my delay throws and stuff. So check this out if you're looking for some new effect plugin, something that you can use modulation with and reverb, and has all the stuff in one plugin. It makes things really easy to have a lot of fun with your mix. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you need your song mixed and mastered, hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. You can also check out my presets and templates there as well. See you soon.